Dollar Bill, man, what's going on, brother?
Hey. Shout out to you, Coach Malachi and True Media. You know what I mean? Well, we keep it true. And it's new, updated, man, and we're going to deliver it to you, man. Hot off the press, man. We got Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
No better day than 420, so that's what's happening with us right now, Coach.
Well, Bill, I'm telling you right now, I did see the famous shove video. I did see that. Ryan Garcia looked like a real Compton City G, and I think that I'm betting the house on King Ride. You and Devin Haney looked like y'all was shook at the energy that Ryan Garcia showed. He had on a black leather jacket. He looked tough. He looked gangster. What say you about that, brother?
Well, I'm saying is that he showed up and he looked different than I thought that he did. I mean, he showed up and he was calm. I mean, he walked in the building. He looked like Fonzi from Happy Days, Coach. I'm gonna tell you one thing, and when Fonzi show up, you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And when he came over, it surprised me that the energy, because nobody had ever seen him with that kind of energy, Coach. You know what I'm saying? So, only thing that I can say is that he won't have that coat on 420. So, he better keep that same energy, because it got a lot to do with that pleather coat, Coach. You're absolutely right.
Hey, Bill, so were you expecting this? Was this, because I love wrestling. I love the promo. This got a lot of people talking. Was this WWE, or was this organic?
Hey, man, listen, the man showed up and he was all business. I mean, like I said, we haven't heard that kind of Ryan Garcia. We haven't seen that kind of Ryan Garcia, but we also haven't seen a leather coat that looked like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if I want to give the energy to the leather coat or do I want to give it to him right now. But the one thing that I can say is that you're going to have a healthy 140-pound Ryan Garcia, inshallah. No rehydration, no clauses, and no reasons and no excuses. You know what I mean? That's what's going to be provided to Mr. Ryan Garcia on 420. I mean, he want to smoke on something. He's going to get all the smoke he needs April 20th.
Bill, how did this fight? I guess without you getting in the particulars, but we heard a lot. Ryan Garcia first called out Devin Haney, said, "Hey, I told my people to get Devin Haney, make that fight happen." Then he went on the famous jog 3 o'clock in the morning with Floyd. And Floyd influenced him to do the 52 fake out on Dev. Then he tried to make the fight with Roland Romero, not knowing that Floyd was giving him bad information, trying to sabotage his fight that he was trying to set up with your son. Only to have Roland Romero turn around and announce he's fighting Esau Cruz, which they already knew that anyways. Only to have Oscar De La Hoya say, okay, well, I have Jose Ramirez that you're going to fight next, since that didn't go through. That only to have Ryan say, I'm not fighting him, and then he came back to the table with y'all. Is that how it happened?
Well, one thing about him versus anybody else is they're going to walk away from the negotiating table before we do. You know what I mean? Because if the people put that mark, put that X on your back, Coach, if they put that bullseye on your back, we got to go get them. And that's just what it is. And I think that Ryan Garcia, with all his popularity and who he is, he gets a chance to fight with no excuses. You know what I mean? He gets a chance to, this is that rubber match, that Game 7. We make no qualms that, Ryan Garcia, has skills. Obviously, with a 3-3, ultimately rubber match to be decided. You have to, in the amateurs, you have to say that you got to have respect for him, so I don't take him lightly, man. You see what I'm saying? I don't take his coat very serious, but him as a fighter, I take him very serious. You know what I'm saying? I take him very serious. I think that the shot that he got hit with Tank is from one of the hardest hitting guys in boxing. I know that Devin possesses a different skill set, and I know skills, different styles make fights. So it's something that Devin has to go in there and do. He has to go in there and put that punishment in on him. And it's easier talking from the cheap seats where the people might try to distract us like Mr. Garcia is nothing. But we know he is. We know he hasn't lost but once. So you know what I mean. We're looking forward to going in there and having Devin execute a perfect plan.
Well, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, he has a fast left hook. His fans love his left hook. He's really good at doing body shot challenges. Really good at showing how fast his hands is with the hand mix. Are you worried about the left hook that, and his right cross or whatever? Is that something that I know you're great at breaking fight film down and coming up with great game plans for Devin Haney for any opponent that he's fighting. So, is there anything that I know you don't take anybody for granted, but is there anything that worries you about Ryan Garcia's hand speed and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, it's not nothing. It's not nothing to worry about. I mean, this is the sport that Devin, ultimately has chose Dev, and Dev chose him. I always say that it was a marriage between them that was unbelievable. So it's never anything about scared. It's going to be on 420 a chance for Devin to once again showcase his skills and ultimately being able to handicap any fighter. And when I say that, it doesn't matter who you are. The best thing that you do, you won't be able to do that on that particular night. So it's not that we're scared of it, but that left hand, that mean left hook that can send a bunch of them down, it's on the radar. We gonna know where it's at all times. You know what I mean? But ultimately, like I said, this job is only for a chosen few of a chosen few. And on 420, we're happy that Devin is being given an assignment.
Are you working with Eddie Hearn on this fight, or was this a DHP Promotions in conjunction? I know you're fighting on the zone. Is it just DHP?
We work with the world to serve the people. You know what I'm saying? Eddie is always, we've known that Eddie and Devin always have had a great relationship with making things happen. We know that Hearn is a long time, partner, with the zone. And, so it's of our mindset that we got to, keep the key players in position to make it big, to ensure that the people in the UK know that it's happening on 420. We got, of course, the lead promoter, the legendary, the legend himself, the golden boy, Oscar himself, to his audience and his people. And then you got us, DHP, me and Devin, who are going to be, letting our constituents and friends and family know. So it makes for a big, major event that I'm happy to be a part of.
Do you plan on following the same blueprint that Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis followed when they promoted their fight, with TikTok and Instagram and and stuff like that, getting Cinch on board, the young kid he's very, very known on Twitch. Do you plan on following that blueprint, because it seemed to work for them from a promotion standpoint?
Well, of course, I'm not the end all be all of what's going to be happening. You know what I mean? But you can definitely catch me on TikTok and the rest of it. You know what I mean? Shouting to the moon how big this fight is going to be. But guess what, Coach? They're going to be mad at me. They're going to be more mad that I said that I'm going to be on TikTok promoting than anybody else going to be on it. So I don't know where everyone else is going to be, but it's definitely a fight that you want to promote, you want to talk about, you want your friends to come watch. You know what I mean? And be a part of.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Bill. I do kick my banter and stuff and joke and stuff, but I really am happy about this fight. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia are giving us a big fight. This is something that boxing fans need. A big fight. You guys did it. Y'all put it together. However it came together, it came together. So this is something to be excited about. This is something to continue to talk about all the way up until 420. Why did you guys pick that date, 420, for this fight to happen?
I mean, I think it's just, it came out that way, but it's very symbolic in the sense of, in the culture nowadays, 420 means, so am I going the right way? So 420 symbolizes smoke. You know what I mean? So for it to be on 420, I think that, it's, like I said, it has some symbolism in there. But it was actually the date that we heard that Ryan Garcia had. I stepped to Eddie Hearn and Oscar. Yes. excuse me, let me start over and be absolutely correct.
Right.
I said to Oscar De La Hoya on that infamous night where, me and B-Hop had our meeting. And I spoke to him and I said that, this is a great opportunity for the Golden Boy himself to put on a historic event involving, a super fight similar to that one of him and Floyd Mayweather being young and doing it. I said that, the timing was right and it was, we could make it happen. He agreed to me that he was going to go take a look at, and talk to his people and see what he can do. And the rest is history.
Bill, you seem to love to push the envelope a lot, right? People are, I remember we shot the video and you made the big announcement, and I really thank you for that because you made that announcement with me in Vegas about this fight. We did hear sources say from Mike Coppinger, but you actually, the direct source yourself, broke the fight with me, and I really appreciate that. But a lot of people are upset with you at the monkey comment that you made in the video. What said you about that? What made you say that?
Oh yeah. Well, that's taken away any of that is directed at any race, color, or people. I come from a generation where it's called a guy just monkeying around. Everything that you do and everything that you say, you know what I mean. He don't want to be involved with you. He just talking. He just monkeying around. So no, and I think I heard about that. Because I love the LDBC. I love new media. I love what you're doing. I love brothers that have taken an opportunity to do something that they love, like something that they love, like commentating on boxing, showing a passion, because actually you guys do it better than someone that's just doing it for a job. You know what I mean? You put in relentless amount of hours. You research, in a way that no one does. You cover it. You know what I mean? So I always feel compelled to come by and give a stamp of approval, no matter how many people you got following you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you big or small, you know what I mean? I'm going to stop by them all, right? And definitely, at least give a salute. You know what I'm saying? So I think the misinterpretation is that we're not all together. Content creators, boxers, managers, promoters, broadcasters, we all are depending on each other, whether we want to say it or not. I think that I got a little bit more time on my hands where I can come by and salute.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Bill. I'm very transparent. I don't fuck with the LDBC at all. I know they all right with you, but and they don't fuck with me. They don't like me. I don't like them, and that's honestly. But I fuss with you. But hear me out. But I fuss with you. You good people to me. You good people to me. You all right with me, and there might be people that.
But when you say that, you have to say that you fuck with the LDBC because you fucking with me. So the misrepresentation is that. You know what I mean? Is that you're not, that the people are not, that it's going to be one kind of agenda, it's going to be one kind of personality, right? And that's so unfair that we're all going to be stereotyped into one thing, and that's just the generalization that when I say monkeys, that I'm talking about my brothers, that I'm talking about my queens, I'm talking about my kings. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm talking about some foolish stuff. But when you talk about actually being able to deliver this unity, well, brother, if anybody is messing with me, they messing with everybody because that's what I represent.
Yeah, I understand that.
I don't let the vision based on they only giving us one option, and we thinking that to challenge each other or to go against each other or to speak about each other's weaknesses or and our opinion is something that I wanted to break down.
Yeah,
I'm coming there.
Again, I fuss with you, Bill, but I don't fuck with them niggas. Ain't that you gonna tell me that's gonna convince me of that, and ain't that gonna tell them that's gonna convince me. I'm just telling that that's the line. That's the line. But I fuss with you. I fuss with you, and I hope that me being all right with you is not contingent upon me having to be all right with them. Cause they don't fuck with me and I don't fuck with them. But I don't want to elaborate on them niggas on this show. I just want to talk about the fight.
No, listen.
Yeah.
No, but listen. They do. Cause I'm over here And I'm fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to tell you this, though, is that they are brothers, and from my neighborhood, that you could say that to, and they're going to never fuck with you in life. It's brothers from your neighborhood. Then there's also brothers like me, just from my neighborhood, that can understand that it might be a miscommunication between some good dudes, and it continues to keep being shots fired. You know what I'm saying? So in order to stop that, I'm going to show up with peace, brother, and I'm going to show up looking like, smelling like, and all that, just like you, just like them, just like us as a people. You know what I'm saying? And gonna stand on business. And that's that we taken a good thing, our passion, and now we have an ability to monetize it, but we're gonna blow it by blowing shots at each other. You know what I'm saying? That might be uncalled for, like I say, or might be called for. It's just that I'm just telling you the truth is, if you're saying that that you don't fuck with all of them wouldn't be true because you fuck with me. So,
all right, that's cool.
Let's go, bro.
All right, so as of late to Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, I know you're happy that this fight is being made. You know, I'm happy as a boxing fan that the fight is being made. This fight meets my criteria, and you know, I told you I have 5 points on my criteria. The level of competition, I think Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia level of competition is high. You know, how many top 10 fighters have you fought? I think Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, both of those guys are 2 top 10 fighters. Did you dominate the weight division? Okay, they just got to the weight division, so it's only time will tell if they stay there long enough, would they dominate it? And more than likely, if you dominated the weight division, that means you fought all the top guys in the top 10, or most of them. How many career-defining fights have you had? You know, this is a career-defining fight for Ryan Garcia as well as Devin Haney. And did you fight the best in the division? Well, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney are 2 of the best fighters in that division. So I have no choice but to support this fight because I hold myself to a boxing criteria when I come to fighting fighters. I don't hold myself to a racial criteria. I don't give a fuck which promotional company that a fighter is with, whether it's Top Rank, whether it's PBC, whether it's Matchroom. I don't do that. Everything I do when I support on boxing, I support it based on my boxing criteria and my commandments. And right now, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fall in line with that. So me being a true boxing fan, I have no choice but to support it, and it has my support 100%, regardless of what.
And thank you for that, King. You dig what I'm saying? And I also too have a criteria that when someone like yourself and everyone else that spends countless hours, relentless hours, and in this sport and pushing this sport forward, that has went from a number 1 sport in the world down to number whatever it is, y'all, I respect y'all and I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Each and every one of y'all. You know what I mean? Everybody that's in the chat and everything, but for you to endorse that, for you to be here and to endorse it, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And that's all. And I thank you, and I want you to keep on doing what you're doing. I don't what we might have talked about previously. Hopefully, this can push us forward, man. Push us forward in love and peace, because y'all all got something that's really special, man. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. You covering boxing and sports in a way that they never would have let us cover it. They told us that we would have had to go to traditional colleges and go through traditional training and all this stuff. So please, brother, if you can take anything away from me, man, y'all are really helping the sport, man. And for that, we thank each and every one of y'all, okay?
All right, man, Bill, I appreciate you, man. I know you're doing a lot right now. I want to thank you so much, brother, for at least calling the show before it ended. I really appreciate you. I got a great deal of respect for you. Even though we may not, even though I don't agree with everything and you may not agree with everything, but the fact of the matter is, you're my brother. We come together in mutual love and respect, and that's the premises which I fucks with you on. So I thank you so much for taking the time out, Bill. You've always been supportive of me, regardless of who, what, when, or where. So I appreciate that, fam, and I want to reciprocate that. And I'm going to do everything in my power on this show to promote not only Ryan Garcia, but Devin Haney, this fight that's coming up, because they are doing the boxing's public a service, and I do love that. So I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you, King, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. And if it's not true media, it ain't true, man. You dig? Have a great day, brother.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.